From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, September 5th, 2018. Silver's trading at $14.16 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,195 per ounce. Zen is trading at $18, and the average price of Bitcoin is $7,018. Antiwar.com reports on a visit Tuesday with U.S. Special Representative for Syria James Jeffrey. Turkish Defense Minister Hulusi Akar demanded that all Kurdish militant factions leave Syria immediately and permanently. This is roughly in keeping with Turkey's general hostility towards Kurds in general and the YPG in particular. They have never before explicitly called for the Kurdish factions to abandon Syria entirely, however, and it's not clear where they'd conceivably go. The timing is also strange, as Turkish officials have been exclusively focused on the Idlib province lately, not the Kurds, and the meeting with Jeffrey was supposed to be a chance for Turkey to push the U.S. to intervene in Idlib to save Turkish-backed rebels. Turkey has been pushing for the U.S. to distance itself from the Kurds, especially the YPG, throughout the Syrian war. With the YPG controlling substantially all of Syria's northeast, there is no realistic possibility they'll leave the country outright. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for precious metals, bitcoins, or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates, like Namecheap and Amazon, at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. Or you can shop directly from FPP with Bitcoin in the Bitcoin store. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports the FBI recovered a pair of ruby slippers worn in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz after they were stolen from a Minnesota museum. On Tuesday, the U.S. Department of Justice said the slippers were recovered as part of a sting operation in Minneapolis earlier this summer after an attempt to defraud and extort the Markel Corporation, which owns the slippers. Jill Sanborn, special agent in charge of the Minneapolis division of the FBI, said, "At the heart of nearly every art crime, we see greed woven into the fabric of the scheme. Greed to take it and greed to profit from its return. Dorothy's slippers are a treasured piece of Americana, and we are hoping members of the public can help us better fill in the details that will finish the script of this mystery so we can hold accountable those who were behind the scheme." The DOJ said the slippers are one of 4 known existing pairs worn by actress Judy Garland in the film and hold an estimated value of millions of dollars if sold at auction. The pair recovered by the FBI were known as the traveling pair and were stolen from the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids in 2005. They weren't located until 2017 when the Grand Rapids Police Department reached out to the FBI for assistance when a plot to extort the Markel Corporation emerged. After the slippers were recovered in July, the FBI brought them to the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C., where conservators examined them to confirm their authenticity. The FBI has identified suspects, and investigators have called on the public for assistance identifying all parties involved in the initial theft and extortion attempt. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $1 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports President Donald Trump blasted CNN and NBC News yet again in a tweet on Tuesday, criticizing NBC's handling of a story on movie producer Harvey Weinstein and suggesting a look at their license without specifying exactly what he was calling for. Trump has frequently criticized the U.S. news media for what he has said is unfair coverage of him. He wrote in the tweet, which cited the outlet's coverage of Weinstein, "I have long criticized NBC and their journalistic standards, worse than even CNN. Look at their license." Ronan Farrow, a reporter, had said NBC News blocked him from working on a story about Weinstein, who is facing criminal rape and sexual assault charges and a civil lawsuit for sex trafficking. A former NBC producer corroborated Farrow's allegations. Farrow later published a story in the New Yorker magazine. NBC has defended its handling of the story. Trump blasted NBC and other TV networks last October, calling their news fake and suggesting he would challenge their licenses. The FCC did not immediately comment on the tweet, but in October, the FCC's chairman said the agency does not have authority to revoke broadcast licenses over editorial decisions. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.